Hey, Magnus here, and we're talking filming in 4K, GH5 with Metabones versus 5D Mark IV. Alright guys, so for this comparison, I want to compare the 5D Mark IV and its 1.74 times crop factor versus the GH5 and its reduced crop factor after you add in the Metabones Speedbooster. I want to see what type of performance you get out of these two, so I ran little tests and I want to show you guys the results. Take a look. So when looking at the 5D Mark IV and the GH5, one thing that matters is low light performance. I wanted to compare how much the Metabones Speedbooster can improve the low light performance of the GH5 when using a similar lens when compared to the 5D Mark IV. The 5D Mark IV is a great camera, but when filming in 4K, the crop factor drops to a disappointing 1.74 times. This causes less light to hit the sensor for a desired look, as well as a decreased f-stop performance on fast lenses. Take for example the light that hits a full frame sensor. With the 1.74 times crop, you have to cut out a significant amount of light that would hit the sensor because of the reduced real estate used for 4K recording. When looking at the GH5 with a Metabones Speedbooster, although the sensor is much smaller than a full frame, the Speedbooster itself helps absorb more light thanks to its capability of adding light through the lens and redirecting it to the smaller sensor. This in turn reduces its total crop from 2 times to just 1.38 times. So what does that mean? Well, essentially what it means is that on a 35mm sensor, not only are you able to get a wider field of view on your lens, but also gather more light. Here's a direct comparison. A 35mm f2.8 full frame lens with the Canon 5D Mark IV crop factor in 4K will essentially turn into a 60.9mm lens equivalent at f4.872 to be exact, closer to 5.6 f-stop than a 3.5. In comparison, the same 35mm f2.8 lens on a GH5 with a Metabones Speedbooster will turn into a 48.3mm lens at an f-stop of f3.864, closer to f3.5. This should mean that the GH5 should gather more light. But what about the ISO performance? I recorded both of these shots in log with minimal color grading. The lens used on these shots were the same f2.8 Canon USM2 lens. For the next shot, I then turned up the footage to 6400 ISO. Both shots are still unpretty. Note that I zoomed in 300 times for these shots to be able to look at the details much closer, but the result is what we're looking for. Again, the GH5 gives you a bit wider perspective and just a tad more clarity in the low light with comparable noise when compared to the 5D Mark IV. In conclusion, when using a Metabones Speedbooster, the GH5's low light performance is comparable to that of the 5D Mark IV. There you have it guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, like, share, and you can make my day if you subscribe today. This is Magnus, and I'm out. See you guys later.